It is another beautiful edition for Arsenal fans being brought to you by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans globally. On today's edition of the show, we'll be talking about the inconsistency of the EPL. It is something that's been challenging Arsenal from the outside of the season, and also there are some other club sides that this inconsistency that the Premier League referees have been affecting. And we also have somebody from the opposition fan that will be talking about their experience from the officiating of English Premier League. I have Gassi Musila with me, I have Nenyan Fufana, and as well Ahmed Sanko. Guys, today we're going to be talking about something that is affecting everyone. Because sometimes when these decisions are made, we just say, no, the decision is right, it's okay, as long as it doesn't affect us. But somehow, I always say, the same thing when they take flog one person, they will use that take flog the other person also. So at the end of the day, we want to talk about this inconsistency because it's killing the game. So I want to start with you, Ahmed Sanko. How do you think this inconsistency has been able to affect Liverpool as a team?
First of all, I'll start by saying Man City is a very good team. They are all around good, but somehow the decisions are always going in their favor. Decisions are always going in their favor. For the past 5 years, Liverpool has been struggling to eclipse this Man City team. It's not as if we are not doing much. We are doing much. We have been doing very well. But the thing is, somehow we somehow end up the league by 1 point short at the end of the day. And these are things that have been affecting us because of the officiating. The officiating has not been fair, to be honest with you. Because the things that has been happening in the Premier League is as if Man City, the people that are up there, they have something to do with it. Because the last time I had one of the Saudis, the people that are
bankrolling,
yes, the Man City team, they are somehow sponsoring the league
with the advert rights and all that, TV rights and all that. Okay.
Yeah, so somehow maybe that's why the decisions are always going their way. Because was it 2 seasons ago we lost the league by just 1 point, and Man City we are leading Everton by 1-0, and Rodri bluntly handled the ball.
And the referee kept the blind eye.
VAR kept viewing that ball for almost 15 minutes. And they saw nothing wrong about it. After the match, they came out and apologized. So I don't understand why we don't even need that apology. Somehow they somehow show the world that something is not right.
Gasimo, I know that while listening to Sanko, your mind is, you are blowing hot. So what do you have to say?
These are the things that has been affecting us. You see, now the same thing is happening to Arsenal. They know that Arsenal team is now becoming a pain in the
neck of Man City.
Exactly. So somehow they are trying to frustrate them in the little ways. These are the things at the end of the season that will affect teams. Imagine this little points, 2 points, 1 point. These are the points come ending of the season, you will be 4 shots. I'll be thinking that, if I had won that match, something different would have happened. So you see, they knew exactly what they had to do.
It's good that we're getting a review and of opinion from
these are the things that is affecting the teams that want to compete. So you see, Man City winning the league for the past 2, 3, 4 years consecutively is not because they are good, they are better.
Yeah.
It's because of the things that has been happening.
Okay, see, let's hold it there. You, Gassim, because I see that you are nodding your head in the good with everything that Sanko is saying. So what is your opinion?
Yes, for me, I think the inconsistency in the Premier League officiating, it's becoming alarming. Because I don't know why they officiating whenever they make a good officiating in one match, the other match they just get it wrong. So I don't know what is it, what is wrong with the referees in the Premier League.
Do they hold meeting? They don't review
Yes,
their
it seems as if
decisions.
Casino,
like
I said, they are targeting the teams that are competing. For example, last week Chelsea, they knew that Chelsea are not going anywhere. So what they did, they just, instead of a red card, they gave a yellow card to Tosin.
Yes, for me,
If it was Arsenal, it's a straight red. We
I
all saw
know.
what happened to Saliba. Saliba got a red because they wanted to destabilize Arsenal team.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they got what they wanted.
Okay, good. Now,
So
I come to you, Nene. Do you think the Premier League, I'm coming back to you, Gasmo. Do you think the Premier League is being stage managed? Is it a racketeering thing now? Because the way it is, based on what Sanko said, that is obvious. Because the tackle from Tosin Aderobiayo over Jota was a clear red card. Clear red card because the Jota we know that is a goal for him. So, but Tosi ruffled him to the ground as against the tugging that Saliba tugged the Bournemouth player, and he got a red card. So, do you think there's a racketeering thing going on in the Premier League? Because Sanko has been able to bring some justifiable points by saying that the Saudis that are bankrolling the TV rights and all that possibly are having a say on decision making in the officiating of matches in the Premier League. So let us hear you.
To me, I think the Premier League is fixed. Like, these people already have who they are favoring and who they want to lead the league for reason I don't know. Because going with what you just said and also in line with Gassimo at some point, like you see that this little point that they are reducting, that is what at the end of the league they start saying this club bottled the league. If we look back at Arsenal the past 2 seasons, last season, poor officiating, we lose points against Aston Villa and that of Newcastle. And if we should have either those points, we shouldn't have bottled the league because it was just 2 points that Man City won the league against us. So looking at those points, this is what they're doing. And they're always doing at the start of the season. Because they'll think that, okay, this is the start. By the time it reaches to December, January, they already have forgotten about this. But this is what they are doing. They have the plans. It's like they're keeping the meeting that this is what we should do because this is what we want. I don't know what their benefits for Man City or what they are not. All I'm saying is that the league is fixed. At some point, I made it clear in my interview that I'm no longer going to watch the Premier League, if not for this fans bit. Because it's frustrating. You see this, when it comes to this, they take it like, when it comes to Arsenal, that's where they go back to their rule book and say, this one is not supposed to happen, this is not supposed to happen. It's frustrating.
So, Gassimo.
Yes, I'm looking at it in a different point of view. I'm not saying that the referees they have who they are favored, or rather they have a bigger teams that they are considering to be in the Premier League. I'm looking at it in a way where maybe if and only if after every weekend of the Premier League, at least they could have a meeting or check the footages of all the officiating that they have been doing so that they can see.
That was why I asked the question. Do you think they have a review of what
Well,
they
I
do?
cannot tell for sure whether they
So what's the reason for the
so now
PGM?
the thing is, I'm seeing at it maybe the inconsistency of the officiating have to do with something like a human error or maybe miscommunication.
But there is VAR.
That's what I'm looking at it. Yes, there is a VAR. You know, even though there is a VAR, because we saw what happened in the match against Chelsea and Liverpool. VAR was there. It's supposed to be a red card to Tosin, but they give a yellow. The match against Arsenal and Bournemouth, Saliba got a yellow. They give him initially a yellow card, but VAR intervened and they turned the yellow card into a red card. So I'm looking at it. Maybe I'm not saying they did not have an agenda against different teams. You understand? Because I cannot sure they will come and give series of excuses.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Okay, now, Ahmed, what with what we've been able to say so far, it can be deduced that there is a focus a particular agenda, because this is always happening between top club sides that are itching to win the Premier League. Because you will see certain things that happen between these top club sides, they take firm decision, and when it has to do with lower club sides, they just allow it to go. Everything just happen normally. Because I could remember, I think it was the same match, Liverpool and Chelsea, when Nunes and Batshuayi were having issues. The referee was supposed to give Batshuayi a yellow card and Nunes yellow card. He came and separated them and spoke to them. It was only the second time when Nunes went for a rough tackle and gave a yellow card. But that was the same thing that transpired in one man involved answer. The next thing was the yellow card, the next thing was the red card, off we go. So now, what do you think should be the solution? Because we've seen in the Champions League where we have an automated system, you don't need to break your head. You don't need to start waiting for VAR. The line is drawn, you just go to the machine. And do you think that should be the solution to this malady we are facing in the EPL?
Yeah, first of all, I would say the whole PGMOL or whatever, they are all corrupt from their boss.
Top, yeah?
Yes, because
remember now that Harold Webb used to be a man.
Harold Webb was the one that gave the go ahead for them to
issue the red card.
So you see, some of these things I don't just understand. Like, if you are a leader, you have to lead by example. The fact that you have once been, let me say, you're still a United fan, right?
You're still a United fan. It's no longer
So you don't need to do things with emotion. The fact that you have become a leader. So, but somehow these people, they are still using emotion instead of logic.
So what should be the solution? How do we get out of this? Because we can't be stuck with this.
This thing is
every season we keep on talking about the same thing.
I think the best solution is to replace our web. That would be the best solution. Replace him with someone better, someone
that is neutral.
Yeah, neutral, exactly. Someone that is not in favor of this club or that.
But who is that person that we're going to get that is neutral?
I don't know. Maybe
because Taylor has his own supporter.
In fact, all the referees have the teams that they are supporting, and none of them came out to say, I'm an Arsenal fan. None of them. All the others select their teams.
Anyways, so Nene, what do you think should be the solution? How do we get out of this doldrum? Because it's becoming a pain in the neck for we Arsenal fans. And it's not affecting. We cannot say we Arsenal for club sides in the Premier League. Yeah,
it's affecting the teams that are competing against
the top
Man City.
Yeah.
They always want to make it easy for Man City.
Like, look at the last minute equalizer against Wolves. We saw Bernardo Silva stopping the goalkeeper, and it was even already offside. But yet
he was offside and was in the direction of the goalkeeper. And they are saying he was like this, but it doesn't matter. He was still there.
How do we get out of it? What's your opinion?
That's why Mikel said that the whole thing is a disgrace. Everything is a disgrace. And if you see, the England and Wales, they don't even call either of them to officiate World Cup. Maybe just one or two because of these silly mistakes. And in Champions League, we don't hear stuff like this. That's of all the other leagues. Why the Premier League? So I think that they have to go back and sit and talk to themselves, because whether or not and they change their leaders, the ones that are under, they are the ones, the referees are the one officiating, not the leaders. So they can still be doing what they want to do. The best thing is, I think that no referee should have a particular club that they are favoring. That's one. And also that the whole system, if there is VAR, remember our last game with Newcastle, they said that there wasn't enough camera to see the other end of the... it's crazy.
When you know that you are supposed to...
Like,
whose fault was it?
And another thing that I want them to do, whenever they realize that this game, something was wrong with the officiating, let them give both clubs their points that they deserve. Or they reschedule the match. I don't really care, but that's what they should do. You can't be apologizing and we are losing points, we are going behind. Give us our points back. Or you reschedule the match.
Okay, fantastic. We read from Sankos. Sankos spoke about changing the leadership.
Yeah.
You talk about rescheduling the match, or
Giving
you
us
give the
our
points
points.
that the team that deserve the point. That's from you.
Yes, I'm a bit different with their suggestions actually. I will have to go with every weekend after the match. The Premier League should have a meeting, maybe on Monday, or if not on Monday, because I know Monday we have Monday night football
Yes.
also. Let it be on Tuesday, so that at least they can have a meeting. Let them
And
review all the officiating, the mistakes that they have done, because this has been becoming unbecoming now.
And after the review, what
Exactly, so that they can learn from it. So by learning from it, I think they will have to know, they will adjust. They are humans, because I'm telling you now, yeah, if there is a one referee that is officiating the match, because it's happened against Arsenal and Liverpool. The match happened on Sunday and the match happened on Saturday, two different time frames. And it can also be time frame where it can be 2 hours or 30 minutes different, where the situation will happen now and it happened again in another match. So the referee might not know what happened in that match for me to do the same thing that the other referee did. So it can never be the same. So it can only be the same if only they can review. If you change the chief officer of the referee, you put another person, it will also be the same. Maybe the person that will have to replace with our web might even be worse than our web. Okay. You see? So let it be that way.
But honestly, Gasim, I think that this thing, they are doing it out of ignorance, because they know what happened with Arsenal. It was all over the media. All of them know that Saliba has a red card. They know the reason for it. So they are just ignoring it. It's not like it's like they don't know. The pundits talk about the analysis and everything. The analysts, they all talk about the thing. They are doing it intentionally.
Guys, I know.
I feel like the leader is not doing enough.
No, Award Web, I watched a video where Award Web came to Sky Sports. He spoke with Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher. He was telling them, explaining to them about the situation, what happened with William Saliba. I think he said he was not the one that's communicating.
If you are the one, will you accept?
That was one. And also, I think he said Saliba should not have been given red card based on the fact that the threats to the goal was not enough.
So why did they rescind the decision of the red card?
Because he has no say.
No, but what I'm saying, even though I'm holding you on there. If he, as the leader or chairman of the PGMOL, can go to a live show and say that he shouldn't have been given a red card.
Yeah,
So when you go to your meeting, you call them and say, we need to rescind this decision.
Exactly, and it's possible they can do it.
That's why I asked if Saliba is going to play.
The decision
I was expecting
just
them
like
to
the
do
court.
something.
No, but it can be rescinded.
No, it can be rescinded, yes.
Bruno Fernandes' red card was
it can
rescinded.
only if the club appeal. But the club did not appeal.
No,
But
because
it was a fault from their own end.
Even as that, it can be reversed if only the club
that's how we
appeal.
say it was the essence.
That's the thing.
Because the mistake is from their own end. So I don't think that is...
They are doing it based on their own
Anyways,
situation.
you have the opportunity of making your views count in the comment section. Let us know what your view is. From everything my colleagues here in the studio have been able to, their points they've made and the suggestions they've made. Personally, I want to say that my decision, if I have to advise, if going by what Sanko said, if you remove the head and still put another head, it's still the same bad set of eggs. Then rescheduling the match, I think that is going to cost the Premier League a lot of money, and trying to award points to either side will be like you are taking decision. You already reached out a decision that, oh, it's Sanko that I'm going to give the point. Let me give Sanko because I like his face. And the other side of also calling for a meeting to review what has transpired in all the matches. My point is this. They always have this meeting at the beginning of the season. And they call club sides to tell club sides, these are the things we're going to be looking out for that we're going to be blowing against. If you have marked those points, these are the areas that we're going to be blowing against and will not take it lightly with anybody, any team. Why do you need to go against that? Because you've already agreed that, for example, if you kick the ball away that you are wasting time, you're going to get the yellow card. If you do it twice, you're going to get the red card. We've seen a situation where Doku kicked out a ball against Arsenal. He didn't get, he kicked it far away. We've seen a situation where Jao, what's the name of him? Jao Pedro of Brighton kicked out ball, and at the end of the day, kicked out far away from where the incident occurred. He didn't get a yellow card, but a Declan Rice just nudged the ball. He nudged it because that one the guy can even argue that I didn't even know that the ball was coming to me. He was walking and somebody slammed the ball on him. He just turned his foot. With that small touch, you gave him a second yellow card and say he has a matching order. So the point I'm making here is that you guys already agreed. Why the inconsistency? Because all the referees were there in the meeting, all the coaches were there in the meeting. The captains of every club side were there in the meeting. Because the essence of having this official is that if the coach fails to relay everything that is said in the meeting, the captain should be able to tell his teammates and say, these are the things we agreed on. But their inconsistency. So I want to come to this point that with what Sanko said, there is a reason, there is a purpose-driven agenda against top club sides that they know are itching to win the Premier League over Man City. And that this dominance is what maybe they have the number of years that they've created, and this is the number of years that Man City should be able to win the Premier League and create history, so that nobody can, just the way Arsenal have the invisible record. So they just want to create that invisibility for Man City, and they're playing according to the script. If you ask me for my opinion now, my opinion here is, henceforth, every referee that creates room for controversy, and at the end of the day, it's found out that the referee is at fault, the man should be docked some amount of money. It should be huge. That when, if let's say for example, the match allowance that is going to collect for officiating every match is $20,000, you should not pay him that money. Then you should charge him additional money, like $10,000. If I know that I'm going to lose my match earning bonus and I'm going to be charged additional, my head, I'll keep on straight now. I'll do the right thing, because that is what they are running away from.
Yes.
Either if they don't want to do that, then let's start having a situation where we have to exchange referee from other countries' FAs, bring referee from Italy, from La Liga. Let us change them and bring them to our official match, because what they are doing in the EPL is completely out of order and it is killing the love of the game.
Honestly.
See, it doesn't have to be Chelsea for me. It doesn't have to be Man U, Arsenal for me to say, no, this is wrong. I watch matches, and when it's wrong, I say, this is wrong. Because I don't want to say, oh, because it's not my club. No, it's good that they did it to them. Let's forget about banters. Yes, I can say, yes, it's good for Man U. Because I know Man U, when they happened to us, they were laughing and saying it's good. I can say, but what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. That is my opinion. So guys, in the opinion section or the comment section, we need you to comment, because we need this to be drawn to their ear. Either the referees are charged, they're docked, they don't give them their match allowance, and they are also penalized. Either suspend them too. Have that one, suspend them, because this is really becoming a pain. So, and that's how we'll have it on this edition of the Arsenal Fans video. We spoke about the inconsistency of the referees, and we've been able to see opinion from the opposition also. So it's not like this is Arsenal because it's happening to Arsenal, because it also happened to Liverpool when you guys lost the Premier League like twice, but you just had to go out your way and say, look, we have to be consistent. And that was like where the German machine was being oiled. You guys were like, anything that comes, we go, bro to bro with them. And that's how you guys won it. At the end of the day, I think that's the reason where Liverpool lost their steam, because they fought on all fronts.
We gave everything.
So on this edition of Arsenal Fans Beat, we want to say thank you very much for always being there. We want to say thank you to Safu Pay, Fair Petroleum, Asuni Sports, and I also want to say thank you to our guests once again, Ahmed Sanko, and our colleagues in the house, Nene Fufana and Gassi Musila. We remain yours sincerely, Arsenal Fans Beat. Until we come your way again, it is Cherry.